He did mention that this could be Paris's turn to pounce on the Gladiators, who look pretty weakened right now.
Yeah, I think the Gladiators and just being in the situation when Paris still have ults in the bank. I'm looking at Lucamino's sound barrier. Oh, the boop.
Yeah, speaking of ults, Krawi does actually got booted off the map by Skew. Humongous pick by Skew, but can the Gladiators follow up on this? Of course they can. They got a Kevster on their team. They're sliding away. Kevster not even needing to use the blade in that fight. Gladiators clean that fight up with ease. Yeah, B gets used. That overhead disappeared though. Oh, Kevster with a humongous slash and dash onto Rack Attack. 3 kills for the blade. Make that 4 with a quick melee kill onto Dove. Yeah, unfortunately no 5k for you. It's just Astro. Of course Astro will be dueling. The railgun. Gladiator is going to use that to commanding shout. Remember, it's basically a 4v5 on the ground. There's the Paris Eternal. You have one person in the sky, so Malfoy not getting the damage required really for the rest of Paris Eternal to follow things up.
I think that's one of the difficulties of running the Pharah, is that it's
quite disappointed and frustrated, yeah, in your performance. There's Kevster pulling the blade though, but it was match with a commanding shout was booped away quite easily by the Paris Eternal. 3 boops, mind you, as the Pharah does exist. However, not so much anymore, as Happy's jumped over to the Ashe, taking care of both Lucamino and the Pharah. And now Kev's just looking for those resets. Or maybe a little stag on the brink, maybe. Nope, Astro's going to make quick work of both Krawi, Rack Attack, and Dove.
I like that the...
Krawi doesn't quite get knifed. A Rampage comes out, hits 3. Paris Eternal not in a good spot. Krawi tries to use a Rampage of his own, but gets cut down pretty sure with that Carnage. The Paris Eternal now on their last limbs in map number 1. The Gladiators are going to claim round 2, and the Dove on the first map.
It's good stuff from Paris there, I think. I mean, like, Gladiators, they... but it really is map dependent, and I think that makes sense here to run the Genji instead.
Oh wow, Rack Attack. Unfortunately stepping a little bit too far, but it looks like he actually baited the Gladiators in. Okay. Rack Attack line in, wait. Gladiators, come dive us. You won't. Skew just dives headfirst into the backline, ends up getting deleted. The Paris Eternal, in fact, deleting the Glads entirely on this first point. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, space.
All right.
Leashed on the Paris Eternal right now. He has had enough, that is for sure. Skew does end up going down, but Krawi stepping up to the rest of the Glads. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get too much else apart from that angle in the world, overlooking all this action. Oh, hits the body shot, another body shot straight on the Genji. Paris Eternal are going to use that beat to push on forward. Astro calm, patient, waiting to maybe use his own a little bit later on. And now Kevster pulls a blade of his own straight to the backline. Rack Attack trying to dash backwards. A nice little boot from the flail, but the rest of the Gladiators are going to help Kevster secure those kills. Reset onto Dove, and the spawn camp. Hopefully so. The Gladiators are closing on a rally of their own, and with 2 minutes to go and the payload steadily moving the back, the Paris Eternal are going to have to get a move on. That'll be a good start though. Skew can't use the rally for the rest of his team now. I mean, the Gladiators just trying to inch onto the spawn doors, just cause as much distraction and burning as much time as possible off the bank, but Paris Eternal once again oh, nice one. Just broken that spawn hold. And Dove just clicks some heads. He's so close to that overclock as time is ticking down. The Gladiators are piling on that pressure with that beat from Astro. But that overhealth has now faded away. Kevster trying to pay attention to Dove, just try and stop him getting value, but Space's ult actually gets cancelled by Krawi. Happy takes out Krawi in the end, and rather a scrappy fight towards the end. There's a couple of seconds to go, but 0.02 meters before they get that payload sunk in. There we go. 1 minute and 30 now. So the rest of Paris Eternal don't have that speed boost to get back to that point in time. A defensive block from the Doom Fist, but he's easily cleaned up. Paris Eternal got an extra couple of meters from that Tracer switch, to be fair to them. But 2 points is the only thing they're gonna get here.
Every little bit of meterage counts though. So I love that Paris was able to play. Try to shut that down too, because Kevster and Happy are gonna be wanting to go after those.
Oh. Wow, Lucamino just jumped to the back line there.
It's a big
Tried to get that touch, stop more ticks coming through. Gladiators did end up getting 1 tick after that first fight, and it's going to be the rest as they do clean up. The rest of Paris Eternal.
Rest of Paris Eternal now. I mean, they're going to have to try to reset, maybe go for the high ground here, but look at how far forward.
He can't even shoot through some of that overhell. He got the blade from Kevster, but he's shut down. Malfoy just cuts him straight up. Turns him into a little bit of sashimi there. Paris Eternal ends up using that rally on top of that. Woo! Okay, let's see what Paris Eternal got. Flex your guns a little bit, maybe. Happy killed on top of the spawn door. Same with Skewed, in fact. Astro, Lucamino still holding on to his. The Paris Eternal using theirs way later. The later support all the better more often than not, but can they find the target focus? Yes, they can. A double from Space, though. Both Krawi and Lucamino suffering from that anti-heal. So it's a trade, support for support, but the Paris Eternal will have support ultimates in spades right now. But Kevster pulls the blade, deflect already used, he dashes sky high, trying to get an anime blade off, but no, Dove ends up shutting him down. The Paris Eternal with a good little defense here against the Gladiators can now recontrol a high ground. Astro trying to C9, ain't gonna happen, son. They're right next.
Hey, you never know. That's why I was like, oh no.
You never know. On the other side of the map, Dove could hook, line, and sinker him right now, but he hasn't got that overclock up and active. He ended up fading away before he got any damage done. Skewed now on his own in the side, but not for long as the rest of the Glads just negotiate their way to his position to try and save him. 12 seconds to go. The Paris Eternal basically team wiped. So the Paris Eternal try to come up with something big here. That blade negated from Kevster. He's trying to chase down Malphite, and he finally finds him. Happy headshots Dove. A 3-man rampage on the Paris Eternal, but there's little to no follow-up. They tried so hard to hold the Gladiators just before this third point, but the Glads come out on top. A 2-0 in the series thus far for Gladiators as Paris. Yeah, they're kind of broken the spawn hold already, although Kev's in the back line. And that is not great. Dove pretty low. Oh, how'd Space get up there? Did he get booped? What was that? Like, oh, I guess he jumped off the car over the thing. Okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense than my what I was thinking happened.
The physics. The physics.
I mean, Space is already pretty low. He was hiding behind the shield of Skewed there for a moment. Dove ascending to the high ground, takes care of Skewed, going to push that payload a little bit. Gives you a little bit of healing still, but the rest of his team might need a little bit more than that. Astro gets chased down, eventually finished off before Space could kill Lucamino, who was trying to get the assassination onto Astro, who's going rather aggressive, but with the Gladiators losing this many people, looks like Space just wants to go again, just get some free ult charge, but you're more than happy with that if you're Glads.
Not only
4 in the bank, bad whatsoever. Crowley jumps in with a rampage though, and look at that, Dove hitting the ult. Skewed happy. Gladiators just don't know what hit him. I mean, both Skewed and Funny Astro using their ultimates, and then Dove just goes sicko mode in the front line.
They use more than
Gladiators.
Okay, Maltho had to help a little bit there. Oh, come on now, Luke.
Oh my God. Again? Jeez.
I thought he was going to get out too.
Ooh, nice little return kill there by Dove. Oh, God. Yeah, Gladiators overextended now. Nice little carnage. The axe swing hitting 3, but Space has isolated himself. The Gladiators lose 2 in quick succession. Just not respecting Dove's right click.
Oh,
Dove with the overclock. And that a second ago with a headshot to Happy, but Malvo already is dead for Paris. McCrory down. Yeah, this is a reset real quick if you're Eternal. 50 seconds to go, a couple of meters before they end up getting that payload locked in.
I think the sound barrier is going to be really
Still
good.
have a big Eternal. They do end up using their beat, but that rampage is going to seal the deal by the looks of it for the Glads. Okay, Kev's... I wonder where Malphite went then. Not sure he knows either. Paris Eternal do get halted just before that second point. It's the Glads end up defending. 86 meters and a single point. Not too shabby, especially on a Circuit Royale. So it's just Lucio for Lucio. And now Rack Attack and the rest of Paris Eternal were able to hold off long enough for that rally to come up. Blade from Kevster looking to cut someone down. Crowley's in his sights. Gets torn asunder, and now the Gladiators just trying to play around this Kevster Blade. A humongous rampage from Space off screen. There's 2-3 people maybe they were antied, couldn't quite count before their bodies hit the floor. And there's a point. Well, that looked pretty scary from Rack Attack's POV there. Almost got booped off the map, and not quite booped off the map, just booped into death, unfortunately there. Paris Eternal, they do have a couple of ultimates, and just stalling yourself out here would be great. Spawn point is super close, so Glads can regain control of this fight pretty easily. Okay, eventually the kill will happen. Eventually, Kevster, is he gonna? No, oh my God. Lucamino. Now the slow dwindling health bars of the Paris Eternal. Even Happy playing Farah. Didn't know when he twitched. I'm not sure. To be honest with you, I don't care. Happy on Farah is a pretty interesting sight to see. The Gladiators finish that game off with a 3-0. As unfortunately, yeah, the Paris Eternal, even with their new squad, they can't quite find success yet, but this was some bright...